Hey, how's it going, man?
Going good. Happy Wednesday. It's been a while.
I know it's been a couple weeks, I think, right?
Yeah. I
Every
think
time I talk to you in a couple weeks, you've already made leaps and bounds in some crazy project you're working on, or it's like two
actually,
weeks in your world is like a normal person's year.
I don't know. I feel like I'm stuck in the mud actually.
Really?
And maybe this is a good thing we can talk about today.
I already started recording, by the way.
You did okay, good. Uh Two main items in the last month. So one, which we've been talking about, I now do for 11 units in Western Washington, I self-manage.
Yeah,
So which means coordinating leases and making sure payments are getting done and following up on maintenance, all that kind of stuff, right? Getting a new system for all that stuff, new checking account, new process flow. Um, and then separately is on the agent business side, I used to pay a third party to do what's called transaction coordination.
yeah,
So all the stuff that coordinates between the agents and the buyer and the seller and the title company and the lender.
yeah.
Usually is about 500 on average. So I had somebody else doing that for me, and then we brought that in-house. So, I brought in transaction coordination, and then I brought in property management in the last 30 days. And
That's
it
a
was
lot.
a little bit faster than I thought on the TC stuff. The TC person we were using had some issues that was like impacting our business relationship with clients and also people on the team. So I was like, okay, let's cut it off now. We're not ready for it, but I'd rather take the risk of me not executing on my own thing than just having somebody else hurt my business. So
Jeez.
that's what I've been working on. And part of the reason why it's slow, as I mentioned, treading water, is that I'm not learning this and taking it over. I'm learning it, creating videos, and training my VA at the same time. So it is slower than normal because it's kind of funny because I'm training somebody on something that I'm learning live with them. But the goal is that by the end of the July, like I'm not in this, right? They're doing the transaction coordination, they're managing the PM stuff. I just want a daily check-in. What are you working on? What do you need from me? Or the other stuff that you said you're going to do, is it done? So that's what I'm trying to focus on right now.
Is that what those sheets of paper are behind you with notes on there? It looks like that would be what you'd use to
That's
teach somebody.
that's actually with a couple people on my agent team. We met and we wrote down items for the team and where we want to take the team to. And so I'm working on creating, just like regular corporations, vision statement, mission statement to drive the team forward, um, and to, you know, um, I heard this term yesterday, and I'm loving it. So, trying to build stuff, I'm grinding to grind out, meaning I don't want to grind forever.
Mhm.
I want to grind right now to build something that then takes care of me. And
Mhm.
so to go to that next level, you've got to elevate yourself, put this mission, the vision, mission, and action items together to be able to have the entire team build towards it. And I know it's possible. We already have signs of it working, right? It's just a matter of how do I get it all to work without me.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it, because if you can get it to work without you, or at a minimum minimal involvement, I literally could sell the business, right? Because now they're not, now it's not me per se that is the all the value. The values
I
and the people and the systems and the processes.
Is there an example you can think of that type of business being sold or exiting somebody exiting like a brokerage like that?
Yeah, so the brokerages buy brokerages all the time, and you can see it in today's world, the old world of what you call
Really?
brick and mortar into
Yeah.
the virtual world, right? So, like, if you look at real brokerage, I'm at EXP as well. You're acquiring a lot of the smaller regional ones to become bigger because the scale is how you leverage your fixed costs.
Well, with EXP, that's different in a way because it's like a tiered system, right?
Mhm.
Versus Keller Williams is you just are all on a team, but this is more of like a multi-level structure, right?
Well,
Or do you
now because, multiple, I don't know when this happened, probably 10, 15 years ago, when these revenue depends on the company, revenue share,
Yeah,
profit share, i.e., by bringing more people in, by doing more transactions, you generate money for the company.
yeah,
What happens is the people who are good rise up, and then somebody else offers them something better to move. To
yeah,
avoid people moving, they have all pretty much created these revenue or profit share things that as you're building stuff up, if you move, all that goes away.
mm,
And so it kind of makes it sticky. So, for me, like as I'll probably end my first year averaging at least $1,000 a month of revenue share is what they call it at EXP. So, which is massive considering that's I was maybe 25 to $50 a month at
yeah,
Keller Williams. So, but it's a reason that I'll stay at EXP because it
totally.
adds so much extra. Sorry about that. It
You're good.
adds so much extra value to me as a team leader that it just makes sense to stay.
And so just a second ago, you mentioned that you can see the signs of it coming together.
Mhm.
Ha- And this is like another stage or a level that you've reached in your career. What were the signs that you started to see it coming together when you were just left the Amazon job? Were there like writings on the wall where you weren't there yet, but you're like, oh man, this is gonna go well?
Oh yeah, there's multiple. When I think back about it, so like, the first one is 0 to 1.
Mm,
So I had my license in 2022 May, and then I ended up leaving Amazon in September. And then I didn't do anything with the license. And then around November, well, I kind of screwed off, traveled a bunch, and then I was like, well, okay, let's see what we're going to do with this license. So then I ended up getting my first deal, like most people. It was a
mhm.
relative, right? And I got that deal. It was literally like 12/30 or 12/31, 2022. So I was like, okay, I can do this. That was the one. Then two, I was then starting picking up being able to lead generate and get clients.
Mhm.
The I don't remember really off the top of my head what year two was, but it was, it was effectively like my Amazon base salary, which was, I don't know, 150 or something like that. And then year three, where I made more as an agent than I ever did at Amazon with less time, less effort, more travel, better
Mhm.
work-life balance. I'm like, "Holy crap." And then the next thing was, because you're starting to get success, then people attract you. So then I had friends and clients become agents, which came to KW. Then I was getting the business was getting to where I needed to bring people in. So instead of having a team, I just had people help out. I gave them percentages of the deal. And then I ended up, it's those people wanted more money. And I'm like, well, no. So I was like, if I'm going to have
Mhm.
more money, I want the upside on your side. So then I ended up creating the team. And then by having people join the team, that was another thing where I was like, oh, wow. So people would actually want to be on my team.
Yeah.
Right? And then getting to 10 agents and then switching brokerages and then increasing profitability and then, it's typically easier to get buyers when you're starting to
Yeah.
now being, if you look, I was like 100% buyers, 100% buyers and then, 80s. I'm probably more sellers right now, which
Mhm.
typically you want more sellers, right?
Yeah.
In a normal market, they sell, then they buy. You can get multiple transactions. And when
Oh,
you sell, in a perfect world, you do an open house, a buyer comes in unrepresented, you represent the seller and the buyer. So you can do the sell, get the buyer on the existing house, then this seller goes and buy another. You can get 3 transactions out of one. So we have,
and you don't have to look for them. It's they have the thing there. With a buyer, it's like it could take a year before you find the thing you wanna buy.
yeah, and more, and even harder, I think, on investing, right? Because
Mm.
when somebody's looking for a
Harder.
house, like, it's very emotional, like, and they just walk into a house and like, "This that's the house," right? When it's investment based, there's not a lot that's out there because we're analyzing most stuff on the market
Yeah.
per buy box. So, and then when you actually say, "Hey, this is a good deal," then getting them to actually see that it's a good deal and convert. So, the biggest thing to avoid, going dry, meaning not closing a trend. You just have to increase the pipeline. So increasing the top of funnel, which that is, most of the time that's what I'm focused on. Now, right now I'm trying to get the property management TC stuff, but by the end of July, that should be pushed off of my plate. But that's the key is if you can be what they call in the industry a rainmaker,
Mhm.
i.e. a team leader, that is the highest value thing you can do, right?
Completely.
Rainmaker just means you're bringing all the business, you're
Right.
making it rain money. And then if you can get the right team members to execute that and also generate their own business, I mean that's amazing, right? So
Exponential right there, and that's pretty much where you're at right now. You've got the team, you've proven it, and now you're just
right.
fine tuning these little mechanical parts that you're building yourself out of, and then who knows what you're gonna do next. It's gonna be scary, the next thing you build, but
Yeah.
keep
I
going
mean,
forward.
we have the proof of concept. It is working. We are right now we're trying to like how do we it's working, but it's on the like the flywheel, right? We're going our first time around and the amount of effort to get the progress is quite a bit.
Yeah.
Just for like numbers wise, I think we did like 480-ish commission. This we did 300,000 in 6 months. So if you just assume double 600,000. So we're what 20-ish to yeah, about 20% higher is our projected. Now, I
Wow.
wanted to be literally
A 10.
500%, because I'm like, it is starting to work, but I'm not going as fast as I want. So, like, that's what I'm trying to spend my time on, right? That's why I've got the second VA. I'll probably have a third VA come on in September. Um, so
Dude, that is
I'm trying to
sick.
figure out how to get this thing up and rolling because I'm still back. We've had discussions about this in the past. You know, how do you become a millionaire? Well, you stop doing the $10 an hour, $20 an hour stuff. I need to be doing $1,000 an hour stuff, right?
Yeah.
So me hiring and training short term, that'll be $1,000 activity in the long run. But me getting new clients, new performing agents on the team, that's the highest value thing I can do.
Yeah. Yeah, I can totally see that. That's your momentum. That's the engine that drives the machine. Like, if you get high performers, then that's the bell curve. It's crazy from there.
Right,
Dang.
and it's, the interesting thing, and this is probably for any sales business, is that, people gotta eat, so I
Yeah.
have to make sure they're making money to be able to stay in business, let alone stay on the team,
Yeah.
right? So, like, I'm purposely doing things that cost me money to keep people on the team, right? So, like, whether that's giving them shared resources, i.e., virtual assistants,
Yeah.
giving them shares of deals that I could do on my own.
Mhm.
Sometimes I'm doing having some because I could do a deal by myself and get 100%,
Huh.
but sometimes I'm bringing other people in such that they make money, they stay in the game, right? Because the I'm always looking for agents because if some of the top agents leave, now more is back to me. So
Yeah.
I've always got to have a new crop of agents, but the more agents I have, the more problems I run into. So
It's never ending.
yeah,
Yeah. And I do wanna bring up, I have a hard out at, 30 minutes total
okay,
time, so 50 minutes. But, yeah, there was one thing I wanted to bring up to you. So, well, on a much smaller scale than all the big things you have going on, I'm trying to figure out ways to amplify the community or figure out a way
yeah,
that I could have some credibility. And, dude, I've been thinking about it so much, and I have it's not the same thing. It's more of like a branch off of what this is, but I think this new idea, I have a lot more credibility to talk from because it's also hard to really monetize personal finance and budgeting because those people aren't really in a position to have any money anyways. But
Right.
this is kinda like my baby, like the podcast, these calls, it's more like I love this a whole bunch. But something I do feel like I have expert knowledge in, and it's very niche, is this idea. I'm calling it airline pilot performance, and it's gonna be based on fitness, is specifically for an airline pilot, like with the schedules and the meal prepping. And just recently, I don't know if you can tell, I lost like 20 pounds. I'm like
Yeah.
super lean right now. And so I'll show you. So I have like my own personal transformation. I'm kind of like launching this with. So I'm going to share
Nice.
my screen here. It's actually a little bit nuts. Okay, so this is the before picture, right? Kind of look like a little soft, and this is like a couple days ago,
Nice.
and so I'm like pretty lean. I'm pretty close to like 10% body fat right now, and
That's
then
weird. Your tattoo moves sides.
oh, I think it's because this one is in a mirror. And this
Oh, yeah,
one,
yeah, yeah,
somebody,
yeah.
somebody taking it. Um, so then check this out. So this is the community it's gonna be.
Are you keeping the you're okay, so you're doing it outside of, Get Wealth.
Yeah, yeah, I'm still gonna keep this and maybe eventually tie them together,
Yeah.
but it'll be daily workouts, all the meal preps that I use to get 200 grams of protein with good macros. Because like in the last 2 months, I've pretty much just melted off the extra body fat, and it was like so it wasn't that difficult. I mean, it wasn't easy, I was still hungry, but I hit all my protein, I didn't lose strength. So I feel like this is a very niche strategy that I could actually provide expert level insight in. Like I've been doing pretty consistent training the last 10 years. I did an Ironman. So yeah,
Mhm.
daily workouts, nutrition plans, there'll eventually be a cookbook, how to work out at the hotels versus commercial gyms. And then this will fill into like a one-on-one coaching, which I could charge a higher ticket for. But
This
that's
is
still I haven't officially launched it yet. So my plan is um, I'm gonna get like 5 or 10 guys, probably airline pilots, not necessarily have to be, but there's gonna be like $1,000 cash prize. I'll do the coaching for free, and then I'll use those transformations to promote and launch the school. And
yeah.
then whoever has the best transformation gets $1,000 or whatever. So that'd be kind of the idea to keep them like incentivized, but it would also be like free. And I have the spreadsheets. I have everything because I use it all myself. Like I track everything on a spreadsheet that I made with AI. I've been using it for the last 2 months. It worked perfectly. So I think this is a much more monetizable version of the school. And I don't think it takes hardly any extra time because maybe making a post for the stuff that I'm doing, but I'm literally doing everything the same that I normally do. I'm not like adding extra work, except for if I were to be coaching people.
Right.
So what do you think?
I mean, that totally makes sense. I mean, uh, effectively, I'm in the same thing. I'm not a pilot, obviously, but when I'm cruising a lot, that's my biggest thing is your eating patterns are off, your time zones are different,
Yeah.
and your activities are different, right? If you're staying home in your house for the entire week, meal prep can be easier, the workout can be easier. But
Yeah, yeah.
what you're doing is you're in probably 3, 4, 5 cities a week, right?
Yeah, no, more than that. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. I think that's huge. There's people out there that have very small audiences that crush, right?
With like a
It's
very niche thing like that, it would probably be the advantage as well.
yeah, proof of concept, and for sure when you get people in the beginning, you get them into the program, that'll be your initial chunk, and then you can figure out how to monetize like a long-term thing, right? But
Right.
that could be your entry point to parlay them into get wealth.
Right. Yeah, I think that like eventually could be a ultra high ticket would be like the finance side of it where then they get to network with millionaires and learn strategies about building wealth or whatever. But yeah, that's why I don't want to just completely stop any of it. Like this is stuff that I already do. I like talking about finance, but yeah, I'm not necessarily in a position to provide like high ticket coaching or something like that. maybe low ticket, resources and things. But I think with this specifically, daily check-ins, I can monitor everything they log on the spreadsheet because I use a Google Sheet. So I'm already doing it with my dad. He just puts what he eats in there, and I can track everything and see what he's doing. Um, so yeah, that's kind of like this is the like I'm working on it, but that's kind of my new idea. I also wanted to get like super lean myself before I started it, so I can confirm to myself that I still know what I'm doing. But yeah, I
Right.
would say I'm like 10% body fat right now, which is
Dang.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm at forget this is embarrassing, I'm at 24. So and I thought it would be easier, um, and what happened to me, and this, it probably makes sense for me to be on your program, is I was doing really good until the end of, middle of June. We went on a cruise, and I haven't been able normally, we do go up and wait on the cruise, and then we come down. I just have not come down. So, like, I'm actually net higher for the year than I
Yeah.
started, right? So I was like, I think I started the year 175. Then I went to, got all the way down to like 164.
Hmm.
And then I've been kind of back up, after this last one, I was like, I think I was 180. And then
Okay.
now I'm back now 174. But it's just
What's
that
your like ideal? Like what would you say is your maintain forever sort of goal?
to me, like 155 is the target weight. And even at 155, for because I'm 5'6", 155 is probably still not lean for the whatever the government regulations are. But 155, when I've been there in the past, everything I do becomes easier. If I'm whether it's golfing or playing sports or whatnot, or
Yeah.
even just getting around. When you're carrying like right now, I'm carrying basically 20 extra pounds every day. So
Yeah, if
everything,
you were to carry a bag that was 20 pounds, it makes it feel more obvious because you're like, wait a minute, this is what 20 pounds feels like. But yeah, then
yeah,
you lose it. And also you carry it differently if it's across your whole body, but still.
yeah. Fortunately, it's not all. I mean, you can see it in my gut, but for some people, it's in their hips. For some people, it's in their entire body. Some, it's just in their gut.
And your
Right. So,
face is still pretty lean too. Like you got all your facial like
yeah.
what do you call it? Like structure. You
Jim-
can see it really well still. So some people their face gets like even
Yeah,
like
exactly. I know. What the sad thing is, and I'm glad we're recording this, so because I should have to live up to this. We're paying somewhere in the tune of for GLP-1, like for 2 years. So I'm literally paying money and I've gained weight. I'm like, this is disgusting. It's
um,
like, you know, some may say that's pretty amazing you can gain weight on GLP-1, but that's there's not a for that. But the other side is like I'm actually paying to get rid of the weight and I'm gaining weight. I'm in literally the worst possible scenario you can be in.
Yeah, I mean, the GLP-1s are not like a weight loss thing. They don't that's not what's making you lose weight. That just reduces your appetite. All the thing that matters is the amount you're eating, which is the thing that I actually was blown away with the last couple months is I literally tracked every single thing that went in my mouth, even if I was going to be not ideal, like I shouldn't have eaten. I put it on there and I forced myself to. And you like you don't realize how much more than you're eating than you think you are. And anything above that maintenance just goes on as body fat. And so you just, get laser focused on it. But yeah, man. So like, yeah, if you wanted to be, it's not necessarily exclusively to airline pilots. I just think that's like but it sounds like it fits with you with the cruise stuff. So I'll let you know when I'm like launching it. It's going to be like a workout a day, all my go-to meals. Cause I got some meals that are like killer for maintaining muscle and losing weight. Like I'll have a cup of cottage cheese with a scoop of protein and half a cup of blueberries. It's like this magic breakfast because it's super high protein. It's literally 50 grams of protein, but it's only 360 calories. And blueberries, they're like filling in carbs, but they're only 35 calories for half a cup. So start the day out with that. You're already most of the way to your protein goal.
Right.
Then save most of my calories for the end of the day when my wife makes dinner, and I can lose weight like no problem. A pound and a half, 2 pounds a week just doing
Yeah.
that. But
I know lately I was like, 'Cause I'm looking for information on how to lose weight, obviously. So, like, traditionally, what I've been doing is I just have one giant meal at the end of the day. Um, been getting me, then I have, like, some sort of sweets at night. But what I've been trying to do lately is that, I heard this thing about that eggs have the same thing that effectively what GLP-1 does. So I've been trying to eat 3 eggs in the morning to get the protein in, and then, kind of makes your stomach feel bloated. And then, these are, the protein shakes. I do, coffee with protein shake, at least
Ooh,
one
nice.
of these a day. So trying to and then I'm doing protein shots as well. So, I'm trying to just jam as much protein in as possible.
It's
Um,
definitely key.
but I gotta increase the activity level. So, um, what I like about your thing, assuming you're doing this, is for somebody to do all this. They can do it all. Obviously, it's on YouTube everywhere. But if you just have a one-stop shop, you tell me what to eat, what to make in the morning, what the workout is, then there's no thinking involved, right? And then
Yeah.
because when I'm doing that, it's like, "Oh, bombing Iraq, click on that," ADD, I'm all over the place, so
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I'll let you know as it comes out, but I still gotta get the first subject group. So if you wanna do it, that's
yeah,
something you could maybe be in that group, but, and I gotta run it by my wife to make sure giving away $1,000 is okay because she's she still has to be on board with it, um, but yeah, I think it could be more monetizable, I guess, was the original point. And, I think eventually making it like a low cost subscription, like $5 a month, and then for that price, you get, like, all the workouts, all the like, a cookbook, airline pilot cookbook,
mhm.
um, daily, like, tips and stuff. Because there's, like, always one-off stuff, like these protein bars. Have you heard of David bars?
Yeah, that's what I use.
Those are gold because 'cause they're 150 calories, but 28 grams of protein. So
Yeah,
it's, like,
I do the
double.
chocolate and the blue I have them right here, 2 boxes.
Yeah, yeah, so those are crucial, for me, um, but yeah, so anyways, I'll let you know as that comes out more, but you know,
I'm
always I
excited
gotta
to
keep
see because
swinging.
you're that's your center, I mean, you have 1,000 hours in it, easy, because you've been a pilot for a long time, and there's so many of these simple things, like, because 'cause you're used to, you'll probably always go to, let's just say it's Best Western. Best Western always has these things in the morning. When you're there, you only do that 1 apple, 1 banana, or whatever.
I'm thinking of it in my head as soon as you say it, yeah, no, I have, like, every time there's a hotel breakfast, I don't just like, you can't just eat the pancakes, otherwise,
Right.
that's, like, your calories for the day if you're trying to lose weight or maintain, but, um, yeah. So, yeah, that was another thing I wanted to bring up, but we'll see
Cool.
how it
Yeah, I
goes.
like the workout, in conjunction too, because usually what I'm doing is on YouTube, they have I always search 30-minute full body workout with abs. So they do
Hmm,
like, 5 leg things, 5 chest things, 5 arms, and then like 5 ab exercises. Um, so I just started that back up. So like I'm super sore right now, but if you have something like that as well, keeps it
100%.
super simple.
Yeah, so my plan is, and you can provide input or whatever, maybe there are different ways. So I have like a 5-day workout plan that works really well with my airline schedule, like 4 days on, 3 days off, because I can use the 2 days off when I need to. So sometimes I'll work out like 6 days in a row and just selectively choose my days off so that when I'm home and things like that. It's different. Most like bodybuilders would do like a push pull legs, but I have a slightly different adjusted one. And then I have specific workouts that I do for a commercial gym when I'm home, or if there's a commercial gym on the road versus a hotel gym that I can continue to track the progress. For example, like isolated bicep curls, most of the hotel gyms will have like up to 50 pounds. And that's like the best bicep workout to track progress on because you can literally just like isolate it on the bench
Right.
and incrementally. So I always try to increase the reps or the weight, you know what I mean? So that's like a through line between all the gyms I go to of a workout. And so then you can do Romanian deadlifts. That's usually with a dumbbell. You can do that at hotel gyms. And then I have like my main lifts at commercial gyms that I'll prioritize, like dumbbell press, because I really want to get better at that. And that I'll have to increase the reps on. So it's like all these different ways that I've like structured my specific little career to this workout routine and meal. So I got all this information. I figured, and I'm doing it anyway. So I think it could be a good idea.
Love it.
But cool, man. Yeah, you got anything else?
No, man, I'm excited to see what you build here because in today's world with AI, you can build so much out there. So
Yeah, so much.
imagining you're using that for your all the images and everything. The
Yeah,
biggest thing now is just hit record, publish, people will follow.
we'll see. Hopefully, but you good for same time next week?
Let's double check. I should be good, Nick. I'll look at my phone.
I think I'm also good.
Yep, all good for next week.
Cool. It's always good talking to you, man. I'll catch you
Likewise.
later.
All right, take care. Bye.
All right, see you.